What is going on, everybody? Different kind of video for today. Actually doing a game review because the guys over at Xbox were nice and kind enough to give me a code. This game was gifted by Xbox, so not going to make any innuendos or anything. I got the game gifted to me by Xbox so I can give you an honest review and opinion on this game because this is one of the top franchises pretty much in the history of gaming and the history of the Xbox brand. So I wanted to play the game, replay the game actually, because I did play it on 360 and give you my honest review and opinion on it. Now, as you all know, or maybe you don't know, it's been 20 years. Damn, time flies. The Xbox 360 launched November of 2005. And I'm looking through my game library wondering why I only have Gears of War 2 and why I only have Gears of War 3, but I don't have Gears of War 1. And that's simple. I got my Xbox 360 September 25th, 2007, the day Halo 3 launched. So while I did go back and play Gears of War 1, and I played Gears of War 1 at friends' houses, I did not buy the game when it came out because my first experience with the Xbox 360 was September 25th, 2007 Halo 3, and not Gears of War the year prior. Needless to say, Gears of War is still a great game. I mean, look, coming off the heels of Resident Evil 4, which probably put the third-person shooter or the over-the-top shoulder, probably put it at the forefront, but to me, Gears of War was the franchise that, you know, you gotta look at, you know, the Marvel Rivals and all these other kind of games right now. The, what are we playing right now? We're playing Helldivers. A lot of those third-person shooter games, I'm not saying that Gears of War invented it, but I'm definitely saying it made them popular. And you can go back to SOCOM and you can talk about those things and whatnot, but that's just my opinion. So, this is, let's see. Gears of War 1 came out November 6, 2006, and they came out the Ultimate Edition. That came out, and that was an upgraded version of the original Gears of War. This version right here is a ported version of the Ultimate Edition. Now it has 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second multiplayer, HDR, variable refresh rates, has all the previously ported DLC content of the Ultimate Edition. It has the bonus campaign, it's got all the multiplayer maps, the cosmetics, and it's got cross-generational progression, the campaign, the multiplayer. You can play this game across PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Steam, so Reloaded technically would be the Ultimate Edition because to me it is the best edition of the game. So for those of you that don't know too much about the Gears of War game, it takes place, 14 years after Emergence Day. That's when the Locusts came out and they just rolled up and pretty much killed everybody. Humans, the COG, declaring war against humanity, and now you are playing and starring as Marcus Phoenix. He is a former COG soldier, and you find him in the prison by his best friend Dom after spending a number of years in prison because he deserted his post in order to make an attempt to save his father. And do I want to go into spoiling future games, or I mean, the game is kind of old, but to make it quite simple, you, Dom, Coltrane, who's my favorite character, Baird, who is actually my second favorite character because he is like the technician, the engineer. He just loves making smart-ass remarks and everything. You guys are pretty much on a mission to obtain a resonator, which will pretty much map all of the hollows and the caverns and the caves that the locusts inhabit because they're kind of like ants, they dig underground, things like that. So you could deploy this light mass bomb, which is a nuclear bomb, and that will destroy all the locusts, underground because they dig in and they come underground, hence they call it Emergence Day. So you get a bunch of jacked, overly muscle-built, football player-looking dudes called COGs at the Gears of War, and you go out on a mission. I believe there's 5 or 6 acts, and you are pretty much blowing apart locusts. You got your grubs, you got your crawly dudes, you got the boomers. Look, it's been a while since I played the game, but I thoroughly enjoyed replaying this game. Now, this game is a port of the Ultimate Edition, which is a port of the 360 game. So, that also means, at its core, this game is a 360 game. And with a 360 game does come 360 problems. Because don't get it twisted, while this is an amazing game still, I would probably... I mean, look, back in the day, it was easily a 9.5. By today's standards, it's probably a 7. Which is still... Excuse me. Which is still an amazing score for a game that's 20 years old. But the game, for better or worse, accurately represents a 2005 game. Gears of War 2, still my favorite. But, you know, we're going back to a time in 2005 where dude bro shooters were the thing, you know, Gears of War, Army of Two, predictable game design, predictable level design. You know, there are some updates, like the cutscenes are now new CGI cutscenes. Unfortunately, doors sometimes don't open and you gotta reload checkpoints. Sometimes the hit detection isn't really the greatest. You know, your arms and your guns can still clip through walls and everything. My really only huge complaints about this game would be, one, that, you know, sometimes you have to reload the checkpoints, and two, the Troikas need crosshairs. I'm sorry, the Troikas definitely need crosshairs. I don't know why they didn't back then. I don't know why they don't have them now, but just shooting these Troikas blindly without any crosshair is kind of weird. So the campaign's pretty lengthy. Let me see what I played through it on my Steam. Took me about 12 hours on normal. I remember beating this game on Impossible back in the day, co-op and single, because, you know, back in the day, we all had to be tryhards and want to play things at the very hardest level. But yeah, this is a game I would still, to this day, definitely recommend. The multiplayer, from what my friends say, I'm not really a multiplayer guy in this kind of game. Admittedly, I am not the best person to play this kind of game on multiplayer, and if you really want a solid opinion on what this gets, I could definitely have my friend come up here and give it to you. But the campaign is solid. You get a good 12 hours. You could possibly get more on higher difficulty levels. You know, you got 2 pistols, you got the Magnum, the regular pistol, you got 2 assault rifles, the Lancer, and the Locust one. There's a shotgun, there's a sniper rifle, there's the torque bow, there's the boom shot. You got a nice variety of weapons. You know, you got a nice campaign, some interesting characters. You know, it's not a con that this game is simple, but it does make me feel like I kind of did like the simple, straightforward, point A to point B style of gaming that was present back in the early to mid 2000s. Does that make me a bad guy? I don't think it does. But overall, you know, I give this game a positive review. I would say, if, you know, you want to go through a blast of the past, you want to experience where this game started, I would definitely recommend this game. Solid 7 out of 10 for me. You know, gifted by Xbox. Again, Xbox gave me the code. So just want to put that out there. So don't think I'm not being honest or straightforward with anybody when I'm putting this out there. But, you know, if you want to play it on Steam, go for it. If you already have it on Xbox, probably a good time to jump on because there's other people playing it. If you're a PlayStation only owner, you've never owned an Xbox, you want to check this out and see what it's all about, highly recommend you get into it, because this is one of the games that was rumored to be ported to the PlayStation 3 multiple times. Even the PlayStation 4 never was, but hey, it's never too late to buy a game, and, you know, it's upgraded, it's enhanced, got 4K, HDR, 60 frames, 120 frames. Have at it. I will say this though. Don't know if it was my computer glitching up or messing around, but I felt that capping the campaign at 60 frames was a lot better than playing 120 frames. It just gave me like this weird wavy feeling. I know the multiplayer is designed for 120, but it says that the campaign is 60, so I don't know if changing my refresh rate to 120 or 144 for campaign had anything to do with that, but I would recommend the campaign be run at 60 frames per second. Anyway, I mean, I hope you guys appreciate this, you know, quick review, this quick opinionated piece about it. If you like these kind of videos, let me know. I'd be happy to, you know, review some more games for you, go through some more games for you, go through some more Xbox games for you, because the Xbox games now are on PC, and they're on PlayStation, so there's a whole new audience of people that have never played these games that, hey, they might want to be interested.